What is up, everybody? Okay, I think Mike's in a good position now. Gonna continue work on the job board application. I've done a little bit offline for this one. But not too much. So I started to work on the ability to render out jobs, make them a bit better looking. But one thing I need to figure out how to do is right now, Skeleton UI is highlighting all of my links. So all text within an A tag gets highlighted or gets underlined and highlighted here. Give me a second. I don't know why my... close out of some tabs over here and then reset these. There we go. Okay. See, right now I'm trying to figure out, okay, why whenever I hover over this do all of these get highlighted, and then how do I not make that occur? So let me actually go to the source code here. Actually, let me open this up in a VS Code browser, or a virtual browser, or virtual VS Code, I should say. And I'm trying to see what is causing me to have to do some craziness. Okay, so with what I'm seeing here, though, I mean, I see what's highlighting it, right? But I thought I could override that with a component. Like my styles here should override these local styles. I'm sorry, these styles coming from the style sheets, right? So if I was to say a hover, text decoration none, I think if I import in this, Green Desert Snow, nice to see you as well. See you later. Have a great night. Okay, so it looks like if I make it important, then it's okay. And I'm curious as to like the order of these things being imported, because like, shouldn't this be the last style that gets applied to my application, or is there some type of order that it goes in whenever it's actually compiling it or building it that I'm not tracking? So I have to make it important. As soon as I make it not important, it instantly goes back. What is up, Luminox? Good to see you. Hope your finals are going well. Hope that button got smaller, or the text on that button got a little bit smaller. Yeah, right now I'm just struggling to comprehend why I have to do exclamation mark important here. It seems slightly inconvenient that I can't override these styles. So skeleton imports, or skeleton applies this style to everything that's not unstyled. Oh, okay. I think I can just put unstyled there, right? Yeah, the inline style and the tag probably would work, but I want to use this. Like, I feel like this, whatever's here, I thought would override whatever else is there. Coca, just the man I wanted to talk to. What is up? What is up, gamers? Hey, Coca, so why whenever I add a style here to the component, which I feel like is lower down the tree, right? So why do I need to put important here to override the default style of, and I guess some context would be nice. So right now I'm just trying to make this whole thing a link. When I hover over this, it obviously is underlining all the text because I made the whole thing a link. And I would like to not do important. But I did see an unstyled class. Let me actually apply that. No, I think it's been like that. Okay, so if I use the unstyled class, that works. Okay, so yeah, if I add the unstyled, that's just kind of how I... Okay, that makes sense. That's cool. Yeah, I made a custom theme. And made a custom theme, and I've kind of built out this little job card. I've also made some improvements to the login page and the registration pages. Those are the most important pages, you know. I'm not sure how I feel about this style or not, as far as the colors go, because I kind of have like my accent color is green, which looks nice, but it could also be misleading. But yeah. Yeah, I was just trying to fix that piece there because it was kind of bothering me. I'm not too sure if I want to have this whole thing be a link or not, but I got to figure out, I guess, how I want to do this. Kyle, what is up? Welcome to the stream. Thank you. So the jobs here will be, Daniel, what is going on? Welcome to the stream. So really this should be like the homepage in all reality, but yeah, whatever. We'll leave it for now. So if I look at linear, I have this done. I don't think I have the ability to change the status though. I also need to finish this piece here. Does it say login? Yeah, I definitely didn't copy that over. I swear I wrote each one of them by themselves. I just was confused there. Good catch. You caught me copying and pasting is what you did. It's tragic. Okay, so let me log into one of my users that has... Oh, that's the wrong project. I think Vicky is the one that we want. Vicky 55. Damn it. I did see that today. I saw a video on that. I didn't actually watch it, but I did see it. I clicked on it, skipped through it for like 30 seconds, and then got distracted with something else, but I did see it. Okay. Okay, so now we're in employer view. I'm not too sure how exactly I feel about this. Sidebar. I don't like the color. Like, I have too much color going on here. I have like this color, this color, this color. I feel like this should be the same color as the header. Or maybe not. Or it should have just like a shadow or something. I don't know. It doesn't, yeah. There's not enough separation, I feel like, between this sidebar and the rest of my app. That or it's just like too big. I'm not too sure how I feel about it. Oh, what happened here? Oh, wait, I think there's still a background being applied to my app. Maybe not. Why does this look like kind of like vomit a little bit? I guess I should select the actual card, right? I don't know if I should be able to edit this or not. Okay, that's definitely not what I wanted to change. I want to change, wait. I feel like that being green is not very hot, you know? It's not too hot. Um, okay, so I overrode. Did I do that myself, or was that part of the? Oh, okay. I was doing like 6%. Oh, it has the same background color as the background. I think this is okay. Wow, Supabase auth and Cellkit was much easier to implement than AppWrite. I lost the better part of my day messing around with that. I can now rest. Was it? Where was the issue? Was it between the keyboard and the chair, or was it within a Docker container somewhere? I literally hate when I find bugs between the keyboard and the chair. It's the worst. Okay, so it appears like my table is a little bit squished here. Is this a limitation that I've created here for myself? It is. And it's because I've applied padding on a page that didn't need it, because I already am applying it on the layout. These big money payers over here are gonna. I don't feel like this should be. Give me a second. Let me look at something. Okay, that's my problem. There's way too much padding between, and it actually might be a max width constraint, but it also could be padding on my layouts. The problem is that for now, AppWrite is very much client-side centric. Yeah, you'd probably have to set up a custom, like some custom logic for adding, extracting and checking the cookie. All right, Luminox, fine. I'm gonna try out AppWrite. I will try out AppWrite. Does anybody else want to see me try out AppWrite? Just get something basic set up. Is it worth? The docs don't help, don't bother reading. I am using Supabase for this. Oh, you're asking him. Yeah, I'm curious. Obviously this is subscribing to real-time changes here. Where is there like authentication? Okay. Damn it. 1 second. Okay, so it's weird they're using .then. Greetings. All right, welcome to the channel. Barcelona, Spain. Wow. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words. Okay, so when I log in here, okay, so yeah. Yeah, I could figure, I think I could get this. So all we'd have to do is, I want to say all we'd have to do is just handle this the same way we handle Pocket Base in a sense. So like this is like the client, and we could really define this wherever. So we could define this in lib/AppWrite client, whatever the hell. Account though is going to be similar to this get Supabase or the Pocket Base instance, right? So in the hooks is where we would do the account, setting the account. And then in order for the user to log in, we would need to run this on the login page, pass this into locals, pass account into locals, locals.create email session login. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because it's gonna, so this on the client side will probably automatically add a cookie, I would assume. Yep, use the session secure cookie and falls back to local storage when the session cookie is not available. Yeah, so really, the hell is this? Oh, gross. I don't know why classes in JavaScript just don't feel right to me. I don't know if that's just me or what. The only place it feels natural is like Nest.js, but just for like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a silly goose. Yeah, but even here, they're still doing everything client side though, it looks like, right? Maybe they have it down here. Server side. Hooks, yeah, you're basically just doing this on every single. Yeah, that's what I figured that would be like. That's actually how Pocket Base was when I first started to use it. But yeah, I didn't even recognize that. I thought I was looking at Java for a second there. I'm not even sure what this was, but I know some people use that religiously. They'll create like repositories for CRUD ops. All right, maybe we'll try that sometime next weekend or something. Oh, it does. About this? Yeah, but get session. Oh, we don't need this. This is old, right? Yeah, this is from July. Wait, when was this article published? June? Yeah, so we won't use get session. That'll be inside of the hook. We'll just use the headers. Or cookies. And yeah, you could essentially just wrap this in a function though. You could basically handle this whole thing inside of a function. Like if we look at Pocket Base, what they do. Like you can honestly probably just create like a universal function that you could use for almost any of these different SDKs. Oh, hold on. Let me actually find the. Oh, it's auth-store export to cookie. It's minified, really? Oh no, here it is. So yeah, basically we would just take in whatever they're taking in here. Oh, that's export to cookie, but load from cookie. We take in a cookie. The key would be the whatever the hell the app right identifier is, whatever they store it at by default in your browser. And then look, they're parsing out the key just like that guy does in that tutorial. They're checking all this stuff here, and then they're running this .save, which essentially like validates the session. Yeah, so it saves it into the auth store. And then you have to export it back out on your way out after this stuff has been done. I believe it's probably gonna be the same way as them. Oh, nice. So yeah, set headers will be pretty much like export to cookie then, I believe, right? If it has the cookie in it, right? But again, you can see here that they're checking all this stuff in here. Maybe I'll try it out. I'm going to be out of town this coming weekend. Maybe the following week, I'll give it a shot when I have more time. Really? You can't adjust the session expiration time? 15 minutes seems pretty people have been commenting about AppWrite too. Someone actually commented on the Sue-based video I put out today, but it's also, I think it's the same person that also comments on every video asking me why I'm using SvelteKit. Not sure what kind of beef they have with SvelteKit, but it's none of my business. Alrighty, so one thing I want to do, this looks like trash. And I think it's because my font is too big or I'm too zoomed in, one of the two. Font small, I'm too zoomed in, but even if I zoom out, oh, there's a max width on that probably. SvelteKit is incredible. I've never been able to develop faster in my life. The reason it takes so long is because I'm just have a fly brain and I get distracted easily, but if I was being paid to do something, I feel like I could bust something out of quality in a reasonable amount of time without even really looking at documentation too much. That's the beauty. Like once you learn it, I feel like it just kind of, everything's kind of the same thing over and over again. At least, you know, the parts that are typically sometimes difficult with languages, like loading data and projecting routes and sharing data between different pages. Like, I don't know. SvelteKit makes it very, very easy. Again, in comparison to other languages, I should say. I don't want to say easy to a complete beginner. Okay, so what's restraining this from growing? Is it my layout? But I guess what max width do I set to then? I guess I don't really need to set one. I guess I don't really need to set a max width. Things might get a little bit silly looking eventually if I don't, but this just seems like too small for me. Because right now I'm on a 27-inch monitor. And this seems way too small. Wait. Why does this look so small to me? It's because I'm always so zoomed in all the time making videos and streaming. Okay. 12 pixels over here is probably too small. I forgot what normal font sizes look like after being so zoomed in for so long. Kevin McKenzie, welcome, man. Thank you so much for the membership, for becoming a member. I appreciate that. I think you're member number 8. So top 10, first 10. And I think you actually or one of the first people to ever donate to me as well. I greatly appreciate that. I don't have too many cool, you know, custom emotes yet, but we'll get some eventually. All we have right now is the Svelte Simp. Copyright Luminox. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that, and I believe you got me a coffee as well, or many coffees. Yeah, that means a lot. Thank you so much. I will add perks though, hopefully. Okay, why does this, guys, does this look too small to you? I know you're on screens, so it's like, this just looks too small for, I don't know, maybe I'm just partly blind. I was like 1 minute late on the stream. Yeah, it's time to add a couple megabytes to that bandwidth, Luminox. I guess this is fine. I don't know. I'm taking this off. I'll add a little bit more padding there, and that'll be good to go. And you're still young. Wait until the eyesight starts going. Well, I told everybody I'm legally blind in my right eye. You can probably see my left eye opens much more than my right. So I have like a muscle issue in my right eye, and then I also have astigmatism and something else. But yeah, I'm legally blind in my right eye. They literally don't even make contacts. They can correct it. I have glasses, but you will catch me dead before I'm wearing those, especially on stream. Because my right lens is like this thick, so my eye is super zoomed in. So I have one massive eye and then one normal eye, because my left eye is 20/20, so it does all the work. Yes, literally Coke, but yeah, literally that's what it looks like. So, and the worst thing is that they don't even have a surgery. I can't even get LASIK like to correct the issue, at least not yet. I need the I need AI to improve to where it can start actually, you know, creating medical miracles every 30 minutes or whatever, every 5 seconds, so I can get that fixed. But yeah, it's probably my eyesight. But also, like, this VS Code, I used to have, so right now I have what, like 30 lines visible. I used to be like this, maybe even slightly smaller. Like, this is probably what yours looks like right now, but for videos I'm so zoomed in that I can't go back now. My eyes have like adjusted, and now I have a new standard. I'm gonna turn into one of those people that has their phone font set to like 3XL. You're aging rapidly. I know. My back's deteriorating. It's definitely not because I sit in this chair for 7 hours streaming or anything. So I just started doing that recently, all right? So it has to be something else. Okay, so this is looking better, I think. I got sidetracked and I forgot what we're gonna do. But are you like 30? I am not. I am 26. I'll be 27 in March. But I was in the military for 5 years, so I think that ages you by at least the amount of time that you were in on top of your age. So we can go with 31. Be 61 Friday here. So you wait. Give me 1 second here. I need to check my analytics. Also, by the way, guys, I'm not sure if you recall the other day when I showed. So Kevin, I don't know if you've been at too many streams, but I usually show, you know, my analytics, my revenue from YouTube and whatnot. Well, I guess YouTube made a calculation error. So they dropped. So somehow I was at like 300 and something 2 days ago. I checked yesterday and I'm at 169. So they must have overdid something. And I reached out to support and they pretty much said that these are just estimations, not accurate, and they sometimes get corrected. So, but I wanted to look at my audience. I'm not sure, Kevin, you may be in the top. Okay, no, it's 65. 65. So Kevin's not there yet. He's the 2%er. He's a 2%er of my audience. I just can't believe this number here. This actually kind of blows my mind. Goals. Kevin, it's great to see that you're still building applications. You're only as old as you feel. That's what I tell my parents when they try to act old. How long have you been developing, Kevin? Oh, nice. What did you do before that? I also have a real estate license. Nice. Did you have that 2 years ago when the market was insane? Hey, I don't hold real estate against anybody. I think it's a phenomenal business. And to be honest, I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to that paperwork, so I rely on somebody like you when I'm buying something. Oh, wow. 29 years of being a realtor? What made you decide to get into programming or coding or developing or whatever you want to call it? Yeah, I have a couple of buddies, a couple of my coworkers actually, their wives are realtors, but not full time. They just have their license so they can sell when a friend, they can cover their friends. Just decided during the pandemic I wanted to not waste time while locked up. That's awesome. It's a it's a fantastic I love it. It's like one of my favorite things to do. Nice. Ruby on Rails, really? In 2021 or 2020? That's an interesting path. Python is expected. Carlos, welcome to the stream. Not sure if you answered this before, but when did you start coding in Svelte? I think I built my first application with Svelte. When did let me see here. Let me check something. Not super long. probably about a year ago. Whenever Brad Traversy posted his Svelte crash course. So I think right around that time, I also saw, I believe Fireship was probably talking about Svelte. And I was like, okay, well, I hate React. I know it's like fun to just poke at React. It's also a great language. Saying that honestly, it's developed language, mature language, with a lot of support, big companies paying for it. But it is a pain. It was a pain to me. Maybe because I'm stupid, I don't know. But I saw Svelte and I was like, wow, this looks nice. And then I just started using it, and I built like a couple little micro apps that we use at work. Just little side things I built for us because me and my coworkers makes our lives a little bit easier. But Tracker says my agency's using reminders. Yeah, that's the best. I swear that's like one of the best ways to start to learn something is just try to build something that solves a problem for you in your daily life. Wow, that is very consistent. Yeah, I try not to stress that too much because that's like unreasonable to never use anything. Use X. Yeah, I've been on and off. After having taken another's React code base during a production live project and adjusted heavily under a deadline, I just refused from that point on. I went Svelte and never looked back. Yeah, I think it's gaining popularity every week, and I think that once it's out of pre-release, it's only going to get that much more popular. And again, you have to think, some people are really, really, really invested in React. Vue is also great. I've used that. I did like 2 little projects with that, just learning it, see what it was like. But at the time, at that point in time, Vue was around probably where SvelteKit is now. It was pre-Vue, whenever they made the big changes to the API. Before that is when I was using it. And there was just not enough resources for me as a new developer to find answers to the questions I had. Yeah, it was pre-Vue 3. So, it had been out for a while, but still, compared to React, there was just not enough content, not enough Stack Overflow answers. And at that point in time, still, I really didn't know where to look for answers. I still hadn't even learned where to look for answers at. I didn't know about GitHub discussions. I didn't know about Discord group. Discord's dedicated to frameworks and languages. Yeah, like if I was trying to get a job, I would probably obviously not be focusing on SvelteKit too much. I would probably be focusing on React. Not to discourage anybody. I think either way, Next.js and Svelte are starting to like come to a crossing here. I just like that Svelte and SvelteKit are just closer to like once you know vanilla JavaScript and you know HTML and you know enough CSS or you know Tailwind, I feel like Svelte is a practical next step because again, there's nothing that's that crazy new that's getting introduced. Like reactivity as a concept, but the tutorials make it super, super easy. Yeah, that's what I do as well, Kevin. I have a job, and it would be tough for me to replace my income unless I was a senior engineer at a FANG company, most likely. So and plus I don't know how I'd feel about it if I was doing it for somebody else. I just like doing it for myself. Yeah, Coco, that'll be interesting. It definitely is probably gonna be hard for them. I imagine that being very difficult. And yes, Luminox, next is React. But I'm talking about like, I guess, the way you set up the pages, the server-side rendering aspect of it. Any more bites to pay up? Any more simps to pay up? No. The tutorial though is going to be difficult. Imagine how many use cases, like when you're talking about like Svelte, they can focus on these little micro cases, but I feel like with because like I can make an hour-long tutorial and I still afterwards I'm like, shit, I forgot to cover X or I forgot to cover Y. Like on my layouts or on my loading data video, I completely forgot about the layouts. I also forgot about await parent. So, wow, 5 a.m. I cannot program before like 4 p.m. That's also another issue with me in working as a developer. I'd have to be on night shift. I'd have to have like a flexible enough schedule where I can just work at night. If they want me to be productive, at least. Yeah, Coco, you're the same as my girlfriend. She's about done. I'll give her 8 o'clock, 8:30 p.m. She's usually checked out. That's when I'm getting ramped up. I might just go work for Twitter. I've heard they're doing all-nighters. I'll just be the night shift guy, you know? Take a nap on a cot. Yeah, as soon as I wake up, I need like, I don't know, a few hours at least to... Hey, I don't doubt Elon one bit, though. I have no doubt in that man. I know he has controversial opinions, as we all do. Depends on who it's controversial to. But I think he knows how to run a company. I think he knows how to make money. He clearly knows how to make money. I think he'll ultimately do the right things for that company. I hope at least, or he's gonna be in big trouble financially. Yeah, I feel like he just likes, I think he just likes that. I think he feeds off of that. I think he wants to create more doubt and uncertainty so that he can, like, I feel like he uses that as like, think about Tesla, think about SpaceX, like or PayPal, like every company he's been a part of has had almost like drastic pushback. Like, think about Tesla and its inception. Electric vehicles, are you kidding me? And Kevin, again, you were driving at this point in time. I don't know if I was. I don't think I was at all. But even when I first was driving, I never even heard of the word Tesla, nor did I ever think about an electric car. When I thought electric car, I thought about Priuses, and that just kind of, you know, deterred me a little bit. Horse and buggy. I didn't mean it like that. You had Fords, right? You guys had the original Fords. First email in 1992. Wow. That was pre-internet, right? Didn't the internet actually start in 96? Or 94? Or I should say the official internet. '92. Yeah, I know it was '90s for sure. I did have a computer pretty young. I just played pinball on it though. I didn't really do much else. So I remember distinctively playing pinball for like hours on my dad's computer. If I don't set a height to this, it's going to extend all the way. And I think that's because we have flex or height set to full or something on this. Or it's a Tandy with no hard drive, 2 floppy drives. How big was that thing? That's a typewriter. That's not a computer. Is this it? The Tandy 1000. Who created this? Is it a company called Tandy? Oh, IBM. International Business Machines. The OGs. Radio Shack. It's honestly insane that... So that's why it like kind of scares me thinking about 38 years from now where technology is going to be, right? Mine was Apple II SE. Is this pre... was this the same time that... What computer, which version preceded this? Are we just in chat showing how old we are? Yes. It's exactly what we're doing. Welcome to the stream, Run Swick. Run BJ Swick 33 Swick. Okay, so this page, I still need... I think I took all padding off the layouts. I probably should put... I probably should just make this P4. These buttons are... This is not my final design, by the way, if you're just popping in here. Welcome, all 12 viewers I have right now between YouTube and Twitch. Happy to have you all here. So I added the if it's draft. So basically, if the job posting is a draft, I don't want them to be able to edit the questions. Right now, obviously, though, that's just a UI block. I can still come in here and edit the questions, which I actually need to change this background too. What is up? Map on. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. So on the questions page, I need to actually protect this. So I need to actually set up a page.server here. Yeah, I will. Svelte fragment lets you add some layout without wrapping it in a DOM element. Yeah, so I think I'm using those on the actual layouts. yeah, so over all of these areas here, I'm able to add, I guess I'm going to have dibs on every page, right? So I guess I could just use a svelte fragment here too. Can I put a class on it though? I can't. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep this as a div. I don't want to apply the same classes to every single page in this layout. Just these classes here. Yeah, that's what Skeleton UI takes advantage of a lot here. Are these fragments within their app shell, which they then can render out where they'd like to. And actually, I can get the, I think I just need parent. So I can just do job equals await parent. If not job.status draft. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry. Not exactly what I want there, but close, Copilot. You're close. Okay, so it's going to say, hey, if your project is not a draft, then you're not able to edit these questions. And these questions are custom questions for the interview. I'm sorry, for the application that the applicant has to answer. We don't want people to be able to change questions after an application's already went out. So I'm creating a dollar field in the pocket base. Should I create it as a number or as a string and convert it on SvelteKit? Are you going to be doing any mathematical operations with the number? With the dollars, or are you just displaying them? I think I've stored them. I think I'm storing these numbers. What am I storing them as? Let me look. I'm storing them as integers for like a pay scale or the salary range, pay scale range. And then in SvelteKit, I'm just, or in JavaScript, I should say. If I do job.pay scale, oops. I thought I was I thought I was converting that into currency. Oh, I think I do have a function, inf dot. Yeah, so I'm doing inf dot format range here, which inf is the international number format. Yeah, that's, so I'm storing it as an int. So then I can actually just set up this international number format. And then this could be translated into other languages should I decide to add those to my app pretty easily by just replacing this here. I have to just set up like a function. And then here I can actually pass a range in, which is nice. Format the range. That's how I'm displaying the pay scale. And I'm just storing these as ints. I don't really know if I need the, so I added the 2 decimal places because of the fact that we also have hourly too. Comp types. So that's why that's there. So one thing that's unfortunate about skeleton at the moment, I guess I could use Tailwind's colors for this, but or I guess I could use my own. So here's my theme. I don't have like a yellow. I guess this could be yellow, but I need like a warning color, and then I feel like warning should be error, like red. I just need like one more color palette here. Because right now this pink does not look very, looks nice, but a draft shouldn't be pink. I feel like it should be like yellow. Where's that table? Badge, let's say BG yellow. Uh, 500 maybe. Hi, Funny News. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate your compliments. I think you're very handsome as well. Yeah, this is a big fail on the color piece here, on the contrast scale. That looks like brown. It's starting to look a bit poopy. It's still bad. Yellow is such a hard color because I think black kind of looks stupid with this too, to be honest. If I add text surface 900, I guess that looks better. Then it doesn't really line up with the rest of it. So I guess I would need to make these surface 900. I guess I can make it. Oh, we're barely there. That's okay. Try Windy CSS. What is Windy CSS? I'm gonna run out of things. I'm never gonna run out of things to try. I gotta try like 3 different backends as a services. They're paying for Algolia search. They probably have some funding, some sponsors. Hey. No, Vue.js sponsors them, right? Or is this? No, that's not Vue.js. Is that Vue.js? What is that? That logo looks very familiar to me. Nuxt.js. It's Vue's Next.js. Yeah. Let's see, I knew it looked familiar. Okay, so closed. Open will be primary 500 probably. Close will be warning, and then pause will be. Really, open should be like green. So I'm actually gonna make this secondary or accent. That's my. Yeah, that looks better to me at least. So we can't edit the questions here. We can edit the questions here. If I try to go to this job postings questions, I should get redirected, and I do. I'll obviously have to figure out a way to explain that to the user, but these are the colors here because this one is still in draft, and I hate how the cards are now going to all be that green color. Should be able to override that, right? What is that? It's a card that's setting that color. What did I set this one to? Nice. Okay, cool. Just quickly overwrote that one. I like this. This card is too small, I feel like. Maybe not. God, I love these. I love this custom question maker we made. I don't really like. I don't want that to wrap. I don't want some of these to wrap. It's okay if like. Should probably fix that type 2 that's there. Okay, so we look at the applicants here. These are the applicants. I can view the application. I think it's what we were working on when I last left. This obviously looks pretty trash at the moment. I don't really know how to make this look better. I'm trying to think. For one, it's way too shifted to the right. That's because I'm justifying end. I have MX audio here. Okay, so I think if I just fix this, I can just do this really quick. That's going to smash these together. That's okay. We can add a gap here of like 6. And we get this information here. I still feel like there's not enough visual hierarchy in this resume to me for me to know what the hell I'm looking at. Like I look at it, I'm like, okay, everything just kind of blends together. But I don't want to obsess over the styles. It's just hard for me not to. Is this even how you spell this word? I don't think that's how you spell that. Seriously? You guys just let me have that like that for 3 days and didn't correct me? I hope that means that no one else knew how to spell this either, so. Questionnaire. A set of printed or written questions with a choice of answers devised for the purpose of a survey or statistical study. I guess this isn't really a questionnaire then. It's not really a research instrument, is it? Great, now my menus are transparent. So then my candidate view, I also need to add the same padding that I added to the employers. Just copy this. Oh, they don't have a sidebar though, so that's going to be a bit nasty if we don't add some additional. Probably should just leave this alone, but we do want to add hey, no worries, Kevin. Welcome back. Yeah, integers are, yeah, using an integer is what you want to do. Who am I logged in as right now? I'm logged in as like Vicky. Okay, so this resume gets created, and actually our resume creation is not done. So once they create a resume, the resume builder has some preset information here. It should actually be the I need to take in additional information. I need to take in the user as well, which I actually should have access to in page data. But this could be I guess this is the resume builder, so this is okay. So we can take in page app/stores, and then we'll use page data.session. Actually, I don't have access to profile. I don't think even then. Actually, what data am I getting from the server? Session.user. But this is the Supabase user, so this is going to have my actual profile in it. But what I can do is under my here, I can just do const get user profile. Find unique, and where the ID is equal to user ID. I think that would prevent us from needing to get the resume here too, because we already have it attached to that user. But we'll worry about that, refactoring that later on. This should ultimately never happen. This error here should never happen, but in the case that it does, yeah. So now I have access to the profile across the application in page data or within the My directory here, because that layout is where we're loading that. Catherine Wilderman. Wait a second. So what's happening when we go to create a resume? So let me just log into another user really quick. Ivy Rolfson. I hope I know this password to this account, but let's log out here and log in as a different user. I think I have some ass backwards or bass backwards logic going on here. Okay, so when I go to resume, okay, profile is not found. That's what I thought. So what I actually need to do is, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. So basically, if there's no profile though, I want to redirect them to the, if I do this here, I guess I could do that within resume maybe. Okay, I don't want to do this here. I need to think about how I can do this. So I basically need to check to see if they have a first name and last name whenever I can't do this here because that's where they go and actually update the profile. But a profile should exist. A profile should exist because I thought I had some triggers and functions set up to where when I created a new user, it would automatically create a profile. This user ID here is what I want to find in my table for profiles. Okay, it's not there. It is here. So I do have a profile. That was weird. Let's try Emmy. Emmy2. Okay, so profile is null still. But there is a profile there though. So I guess if all the fields are blank, but you would think it would still just give me the profile, right? Still null. I'll give you 1 second, guys. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Run says, only built one app in Angular, but to be honest, really starting to like Vue and Svelte. No complaints about React, but Vue and Svelte seem really nice. Yeah, I think they're closer in similarity than React is. I'm glad to hear that. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, so I have a dilemma here. I want them to have a first name and last name. Okay, so when they try to go to resume, it's going to ask them for first name, last name, city, and state. But that information is also on the profile, which I guess could be separate things, right? Yeah, maybe we'll make those separate things, but does resume have its own first name and last name? That's my question. I believe it does because that way we can share the... Yeah, so resume has its own thing. Okay, that's fine. So I'm being stupid here. So let us go back to where we're at. We don't need this here at all. So resume has first name. So really this can be resume. This is actually the resume builder. But when they actually add the first name and last name, Yeah, okay. Those are the only. Hey, Kevin, thank you so much for hanging out today. And thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. I appreciate it. Have a great night. I stream pretty consistently, so just pop in anytime. Say hello. All right, so when they create the resume, I need to collect this minimum information from them. And awesome, Kevin. Thank you. Have a great night. I need to create this minimum information for them, and then I'm creating the resume. So let's just say Kathy Jones from Hollywood. When I click start resume, it's going to kick off it's actually going to create a resume, which didn't happen there for some reason. Prisma.resume.create invocation failed there. So let's just, but really it should always be resume.firstname, resume.lastname. They should be able to access this page, the resume page, if they don't have a resume. So if they try to, if they don't have a resume, it's going to redirect them back to resume/create. But why did my resume creation just fail there? That's a bit weird. I still need to update SpellKit in this app too. I have invalid everywhere. I probably should update this to fail, but I'll do that next time. So what the hell happened to my... Getting a 500? Oh, maybe I should actually look here. Foreign key constraint on the field. Resume, user ID, F key, index. So I think that means this user already has a resume. Okay, so this user doesn't have a profile, which means they can't possibly have a resume. So why doesn't this user have a profile? So there's some weird stuff that happened with, I didn't realize that I had a rate limit on... So maybe we'll use Philip Spinka. So some of my accounts that I have on Supabase, I'm using a database seeder essentially. And I did it like 3 times back to back and I hit the rate limit. And so I've just been using the same couple of accounts. And I wish I knew what password I used for this account. Okay. Let's see. I guess I could probably just go to my seed file, find a user with one of these IDs here. The annoying thing about this, though, is that I can't search by ID. I can only search by email, which makes it slightly annoying to no, because I'm using fake email addresses because I'm just doing dummy data. Oh, hold on, I found it. Wait, where was that? Okay, of course this is the email that I have to use here. There's no way. I think this is the account right above me. Yep. luz22@example.org. So I'm hoping this account has the right credentials. I know it seems pretty stupid, but what did I set those passwords to? I do see them all to the... Yeah, this is definitely a proof of concept. Yeah, it's just for fun. I do see them all to the same password, or I did. It's kind of a long story, but basically I thought I was doing some things wrong when really I was just hitting a rate limit on the API. And so I had a bunch of users created. And there's not like a great way to bulk delete users here. And so I needed to have a user that was actually existing. And a few of these are, but I did set them to the same password. I actually have the password probably in this seed file somewhere. But I thought it was, I can bulk delete profiles Coca, but I can't bulk delete the users inside of Suabase. At least I don't know how to. Maybe I can. Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, so basically I did this after I already hit the rate limit. I wanted to keep going. So I kind of just found the IDs of ones that I believed were correct. But it appears like I've been mistaken. But I should be able to find this. I should look at the history of the seed and see what my password was. Yeah, so I was setting password 123 exclamation mark. I also use password 123. There's only two passwords I've used with this, which I believe. Let me see. Yeah, so I've only used two different ones. So it's interesting that but these users here, though, I could have sworn these users here identified as being like good that I have in this seed file, these actual IDs, which is why it's weird to me that I can't log in with this user. Thank you for that Twitch follow. I appreciate that. Subase provides authentication. It's also providing a database. I have a database running locally right now, but it's just running authentication there. It's also going to provide storage as well. Is this not painful? Like, why can't I actually just see all here? This is actually kind of... Okay, so this is this user here. So I have these user IDs, and these ones I had already identified in the past as like working, unless I'm tripping here. Okay, I do know I have multiple users that do work. It's just a bit strange that those don't. So I made them all the same seed script, but yeah. Yeah, Junicus, it's essentially an alternative, open source alternative for Firebase, except it uses a Postgres database rather than proprietary Firestore. I guess I could always like register a new user at the moment. Problem is that they like manually validate it, which is slightly annoying. Let me pull up my email. I can just make a dummy user, another dummy user real quick. Okay, it's my dummy email account. So let's just sign up again on our application. But you're using the hosted version. I just want to know about it since I've never used those. Yeah, I would. So I would use it if I actually go through and deploy this application. Then I would use the hosted version. I would not host it myself. Yeah, they provide an SDK, which makes life super easy. Again, they also have integrated buckets, row level security. So buckets, they're using S3. Behind the scenes, it's just AWS being deployed for you, abstracted away all the complexities. And yeah, it's just pretty easy to get up and running with the database. And they have a free tier forever. Yeah, so right now I'm running the database locally, and that's just because of the fact that my computer, it's going to sound really crazy, but my computer, for some reason, when talking to their Postgres database, has like an 800 millisecond response time. My MacBook Pro on the same network doesn't have those issues. Somebody else who cloned my repository connected to my database didn't have those issues. So I have a local Postgres running, but when I actually deploy this, it'll be their Postgres. The rate limit I hit was for their authentication emails, which is required for me to actually create an account. So if you look here, here's their free project. You have 2 free projects forever. And then obviously you can create unlimited emails and keep having free projects. They're paused after 1 week of inactivity, so no API calls to that site within a week. They shut it down, but yeah, the auth emails are 30 an hour. I can add custom SMTP, but again, I'm just trying to make things easy for myself and end up making things harder for myself. But okay, so I have passwords here. Yeah, it's just I want to see you set up a mail server. You can. That's what you really want. Okay, so I actually have it set up right now to where I don't have to even validate my email anymore. I turn that off. So yeah, we're actually okay. So when I go to create a resume now, okay, so there's an issue with me creating a resume, and that is a problem. There is a foreign key constraint. So I know I have a user. I should also have a profile. So let me actually just check in here real quick. So let's go to users. Here's my user. If I look at my user ID here, I copy this. I should have a profile. Oh, I know why. I know why. Because this is not my database. So in reality, this would get automatically created for me. This profile would get automatically created by Supabase through a function that I have set up. So I have a trigger, which basically checks that when a new user is created, after it's inserted, so after a new user is authenticated, it then goes and creates a user profile with the same ID as that user's ID. So now I should be able to create a resume. There we go. Okay, so I can create a resume. It should automatically populate the information that I passed in. Resume.firstname. It should also take in resume.location. For email address, we can do locals, or I'm sorry, session page.session. Or page.data.session.user.email. But this is actually going to be this user's email address, or whoever's viewing the resume, which is okay, I think, for now. Because this is the resume builder component, not the actual resume viewer. Now for the summary here, we actually want to make this a text area. So they'd add a summary here. They can also add experience like this. So for summary, I probably need to have like a save button. which would actually be in and of itself a form. Yeah. So this will go to create summary or edit summary, I guess. Or update summary is probably a better word to use there. Update summary. And actually to move this up one tier. And then I guess I'll make this button filled primary, button ghost primary. What the hell is that? Oh, I need to add some text to it. Update. And this would be so here I should be able to do self-center or self-end, which should align self-flex-end. T Savage, what is up? Welcome to the stream. What's your question? I am making a job board app just for fun. Just to challenge myself. It's gonna have, you know, it has multiple views, so it has something similar to Indeed, where we have, you know, employers or organizations and also candidates. So handling the different role-based access control that's required. For that, seemed like a fun challenge. What language? I'm using SvelteKit and TypeScript. SvelteKit, TypeScript, /Node. And then for authentication, I'm using, have I heard of ChatGPT? Yes. And yes, it's going to take all the developer jobs. No, not for a while. It's not, I don't think so. Has a lot of work to do. I think that if you're aspiring to be a developer, that should not defer you or deter you at all. Again, you still have to know, you still have to tell it what to do. If anything, it's like a faster Google. It's like a better Google. Yeah, I think the way that I always view it, and I told the guys on stream about this the other day, was that people still work in fast food, or not only fast food. I don't have disrespect towards fast food. I've worked in fast food before. People work in jobs that could today be completely automated. Like, technology already exists to automate a lot of these things. There's robots running around in warehouses. I think the entirety of a lot of manual labor jobs could be automated by a factory or by a robot, for sure, right? So those jobs are still existing in the millions. Literally, the only thing that, again, you have to be able to type and think with this job. You have to think. So the only thing that computers can't do yet is become conscious and, I guess, have ideas that aren't, I guess they can have ideas, but yeah, I don't know. I think it'll happen eventually. I think it'll replace most things, but I think at that point in time, we're going to be a better civilization. Like, imagine a world where you didn't have to work. You got to do whatever you wanted to do. And maybe you like to work, but you can still work. You can still do something. Just because a computer's programming doesn't mean you can't still do it. I see how I could conflict with purpose. But I think we'd find purpose in other things. All right, Luminox, good luck on your exam. Yeah, resource-based economy. I think Naval talks about that, actually. Yeah, so like, this is what I was talking about. In a more humane society, instead of machines displacing people, they would shorten the workday, increase the availability of goods and services, and lengthen vacation time, which would then in turn raise the standard of living for all. So I think people have the wrong mindset when thinking about these technologies. Again, I obviously think it's going to be bad. Potentially, but I mean, if you think about how much life has improved in the past 1,000 years for humans, not even thousands of years, just think of multiple hundreds of years. I can go on my phone and within like 30 minutes have groceries delivered to my house. Whereas my great ancestors had to go out and actually find food, kill it, skin it, clean it, cook it, eat it, do the same thing the next day. And they didn't have welfare or, social programs that would make sure that you're going to eat most likely no matter what. I know they're not perfect programs, but, yeah, Luminox, I think that, yeah, it's just, for a while, there will be a big, yeah, I try to have a positive thinking about it. It works best that way, I feel like. Okay, so I actually need to set up this action here. So when I submit this summary here, when I save, I also need to make sure I'm progressively enhancing this as well, because I don't want this to reload the page. I hope not. I sure hope you're wrong about that one, Luminox. Yeah. I don't know. I have a hard time believing humans are inherently evil, though. I think there's more good than bad. And again, I think a lot of the wrongdoings or human on human issues are due to an availability of resources. People are mad at people that are rich because they have more money than them and they feel entitled to that money. People that are rich feel like they shouldn't have to do the things that people that aren't as rich as them should have to do, that, you know, should have to do. People that live in America think America is the greatest country on earth. Yeah, I think a lot of the problems though between humans are because of that, like a resource disparity. Yep. And again, they do that because they make more money off of controversial and amplifying topics. And we're all guilty. We're all literally guilty of feeding into it too. I know your ass watches. If you had a video of someone donating a bunch of money to charity and then some drunk driver running into a crowd of people, you'd probably click on the, you know. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the local news should be here by now. I mean, right now I have 11 viewers. Like, about to start tweeting at them on Twitter, seeing if they'll come interview me in my house. Yep, I agree with that, Paul. I do agree. With the good and with the availability of information, you know, with all the good that comes from that, also comes the bad pieces of it as well. Yeah, think about it. I don't even think 10 years ago, when was Uber around? That's one of like the biggest. 2009. It really wasn't popular, at least in areas where I lived, until like 2014, 15 maybe even. I think about how much Uber has done for transportation. It's kind of insane to think about. Sure, sometimes they price gouge you on the way to the airport, but I'd like to see some statistics, and maybe there's already been studies done, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like drunk driving incidents has definitely decreased. Maybe not. Yeah, what's funny to me when I read about Uber's like origin was that they literally were operating illegally for I don't know how long, like a year or two. Like they literally could not operate as a public transportation service, and they just kind of said screw it, and just dealt with the lawsuit. But they kept going, which is pretty nuts. And then eventually, it became so popular that society they didn't really have a choice but to allow them to. Haven't taken my meds in a while. I don't think so. Okay, so this should update the summary here. I don't like how that flickers null there for a second. Yeah, I got the funny story is I went to Vegas earlier this year for a work conference. Ubers were way like backed up at the Vegas airport. Like the time was forever, but there was taxis outside. And so we're like, okay, fine, we'll just take a taxi. I haven't taken a taxi in years. We take a taxi like 5 miles to our hotel, and we're going through a green light at an intersection, and a car comes, flying through the intersection and T-bones us. We spin around a couple times, and the car that hit us was actually an Uber. So we were in a taxi and got hit by an Uber. Our driver actually got pretty messed up. He had to get evac'd in an ambulance. He was like stuck in the front seat because it smashed right into the driver's side. But I was like, man, what are the chances that, because at first thing we were thinking like, man, we should have took an Uber, and it was actually an Uber that hit us. Yeah. I was like, that's what I get, cursed either way. So why is that showing null there? I feel like that shouldn't be showing null. I'm not sure why I have this here. That's a bit weird. That's why. Okay. So the value will be equal to resume.summary. Okay, so now I have a summary here. Cool. So I actually drove for Uber and Lyft when I was in the Marines for like 3 or 4 months in Southern California, and I literally made more doing that on the weekends than I made as an E5. Because at least over there, everybody lives like out in the suburbs. They all travel inwards into the cities for the bars. So I would drive from like 7, 8 p.m., taking people to the bars, and then until 3 or 4 a.m. And yeah, I made like, I don't know, $500, $600 a night, something like that. And I had this one rich couple, I had a BMW 3 Series at the time. It was only like, I bought it for like 10 grand, I think, at the time. It was 2010. This is like 2016. And so I could drive as Uber Black, which is like the premium, or maybe it was Uber Premium, whatever it was back then. And this wealthy couple, I picked them up from the airport one time, and they wanted me to pick them up and take them home every single time. And they just paid me like $250 cash just to take them to the airport and back, or take them to the airport and then pick them up when they got back, which was like a 30-minute drive, 30 minutes one way, 30 minutes back. So an hour for $250 or $125. And then they would have me pick up their mom when she would fly into town. So I was like, I pretty much became a chauffeur for a little bit there on the side. XL Super Premium, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, those are nice rides because I don't know if they did it back then. I don't remember, but now when you choose black, like Uber Black, you can like set your preferences for how you want the ride to go. So like you can tell them, you know, what you want the temperature to be, if you want the radio on, if you want to talk to the driver or not, which is pretty fucked up, but it's like how much chattiness do you prefer? Like what if someone that was like anti-social didn't want to talk to me at all? I put very chatty. Do they start talking to me as soon as I get in the car or what? Oh, there's not a single chance. What does gas cost in Canada? I'm sure it depends on what region of Canada you're in, but is it like similar to the US? Like 3 to 4 or something a gallon? I don't even know what a damn liter is, man. Oh, so it's way more expensive. You use normal units? Hey, I can't help it where I was raised. I don't know those units, you know? I know a centimeter. I know meters. But liters? It is weird. It is kind of slightly annoying that we have to be different in that aspect. Wow, it's actually getting even cheaper. That's awesome. Let's just say $3 for a gallon. So for you, there is oh, it comes out to 540. Oh yeah, because Canadian dollars are different. Is that US? It's Canadian dollars, I'm guessing. That's still pretty high. It's actually very high. Yeah, California, I think they're up to like 7 a gallon a while ago. I'm sure they've declined a bit since then, but they're always higher. When I lived over there, it was always so much higher than. Yeah, 75 Camaro. Chris, it is going fantastic. How are you? I made a custom theme today. Not using your I'm not stealing your default thunder anymore. Yep. I'll show you it in just a second. Yeah, here's my theme. Yeah, the default theme is dope. I just tried to add my own little touch to it, you know? I've kind of messed up some of this stuff. I found myself needing another color, Chris. Where is it? Styles. Yeah, I just found myself needing like one more color. I guess this would be like warning color, right? Tertiary is like warning. I don't actually remember what my tertiary color is. Also, I found out the hard way. I have to actually, I can't have, okay, my tertiary is pink for some reason. Not too sure why. It should probably be like yellow. But I always think of warning as yellow and I think of error as red. So I've been trying to adjust my mental state for that. All right, Luminox, I'll check it out. I'll check it out later. Talk soon, man. Take care. Good luck on your tests. Yeah, I found out that I couldn't just use like hex here or HSO. I have to actually use these values like this. I haven't done any of these yet. But yeah, so it was making my cards like green. It was making my cards a secondary color. And that was probably because I just copied the card from the tutorial or from the website, the doc site. So I had like that important note. Yeah, one thing, Chris, I actually had a question. So I thought if I added a style component, if I added a style tags to a component like here, this would be like the last line of defense or the last styles that get applied. I found out today that's not how that works. Is that always the case? So these styles get applied and then the skeleton styles override these styles here. So earlier when I was working on the jobs card here, I made this whole thing a link. I can actually show you real quick. So I made this whole thing a link here. And then it was highlighting all or underlining all the text. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That might be why that was the case. Yes, I made this whole component a link, and I noticed that in the CSS typography.css file, it applies the decorations to anything within an A. I'm guessing any text within an A that is not one of these. And I see the unstyled here, so I figured out that's how I can strip the styles away from it. Yeah, that just kind of confused me. But I assumed it had to do with how it's processed, or the order that the CSS is processed in. Because even within my own, I think I still have to do important, I believe, for some of these. Yeah, that's something I just so happened to see it. When at the start of the stream, I was starting to investigate, and I was like, okay, if it's not yada yada, and I saw unstyled here, and I was like, oh, I noticed it was on all of these. So that's cool. So that basically just lets you just opt out of the default styling and do your own, which is a nice touch. I wasn't sure how the flow of CSS applications worked, like which layer it applies first. Because it seems to me like this would be the latest styles that are applied to this component, but it's not the case. Yeah, and I don't know if I really even looked too far into it. It's right here. Honestly, I just didn't even look into it, to be honest. Which I probably should have referenced the docs and I would have seen it right here. Hello, can you show me the icon component? Well, right now my icon is, I'm using unplugin icons, I believe. Where's my, yeah, unplugin icons for Vite. And then what I do is I just import these here and then export them from this index.ts. And these are all iconify icons. And I can style them up by just wrapping them in a span tag. Yeah, of course. If you look at the source, I have the source code in the description as well if you want to check it out further. You have to make sure that you update your Vite config to add this plugin here. And then if you're using TypeScript, in order to not get a bunch of errors, you have to add types unplugin icon /type/felt here as well. Okay, so I need to add labels to these inputs here and actually have an input component already created. So I can just do that. Make sure to check the release notes tomorrow. Big update, lots of new goodies, several things either found, suggested, or contributed directly by you. Awesome. Looking forward to it. I guess I'll go ahead and update this stuff. There's breaking changes? I need to update SvelteKit as well. I need to replace all my invalids with fails. I haven't updated to the latest version. If I can't imagine me change most of it to data tables for you, I think. Okay. Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Is there a type or types? Actually, I have Chris, check this out. You ready? If I hover over card here, I'm using some pre-release features here. Some pre-release features. Yeah, this is Coca hooked me up with this yesterday or 2 days ago, I think. While he was working on it, I decided to be his test dummy. So I need to remove all my custom components that I've created here. Yeah, so I also have checkboxes updated as well. So I think I have like the latest. I actually have like the latest styles, but I haven't like changed any of my syntax or anything yet. Yeah, I'd like to contribute some more as well. I'd like to actually help with some of the actual components as and stuff too. It'd be fun. So I'll keep an eye out for issues and whatnot, and see if there's anything I feel comfortable taking on or trying out. Yeah, it seems like how many stars have you guys been getting a day, or do you know how many downloads you guys have been getting? This isn't it. What's your all's NPM? Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, that's pretty solid. That's very. I saw it was 640. It's awesome. Again, I mean, right now you guys are, if you're not already, you're pacing to be the most comprehensive Svelte UI library. So I'm assuming this just like provisions the application. The CLI just provisions it with all the stuff already set up. Hey, it'll be a good time. It'll be fun. You should be very proud of what you and your team have been able to build. Major drawer improvements, design token. So is this going to be a is TypeScript going to be optional or defaulted? Or is this like a menu where you can choose to enable it or not? Oh, that's awesome. Oh, wow. Okay. On X color values, define your overlapping text and SVG color for primary accent warning colors. That's awesome. So on X would be on primary, on secondary, or I'm sorry, on accent, or what is X? Aha. And then I would just throw that on whatever I'm placing on top of that specific component. Nice. Nice. So then every text that's on a primary button will be whatever color's here. Got it. That's awesome. Yeah, because I ran into an issue actually with that today, and my where is it? Yeah, I'm using, like, I wanted to use gold or yellow as a badge, and the color was white. I was like, man, that's, so I had to manually go and change that. But that's gonna be awesome. Oh, nice. Oh, so this is way smaller, right? Yeah, I figured that out when I was reading the issues earlier today. So that means that, so source data then here will have the types. So there will be type safety. I guess I won't get these little errors in my rows wherever they're at. Where actually do I already have that implemented? Yeah, I know the dev brand. Let me I don't know the URL, I don't think. I'm assuming it's not skeleton.dev. Your types be going the safest on the block. Yo, chill out. Uh-oh. Control K's up here. Let's go. Coco's always lurking back there. He was waiting to see if you talk shit about him or not before he said anything. He was going to hide if you were. So this does, in fact, display command, though, on a Mac? Awesome. And Coco, your right control, I don't really know why you do that, but it's there. I literally thought about that too when I was first adding that. I was like, there's no way someone uses right control. But I guess if someone's left-handed, they might use it more. I'm not sure. I guess if someone was left-handed, they would maybe use that more. Are you lefty, Coco? That's so funny. I don't think I've ever in my life purposely pressed the right control. If I have, I don't know what I would have done it for, but I love this though, because I'm always instinctively doing that when I'm having docs open really quick, and I'm just like, okay, FE great. Hi Anabai, do you know which CSS framework that Supabase is using? I like the borderline and style of Supabase. They are using Supabase UI. If you go to ui.supabase.io, they have their own UI component library inspired by Tailwind and Ant Design. You can tell it's Ant Design because everything's super small. Little micro things. But yeah, of course. No problem. Okay, I want to finish reading these release notes here. Unless I lost them somewhere. No, I didn't. What is this, a UI for ants? You never heard of Ant Design? Or is that just a joke? It is small though. That's one thing I didn't really like about it. It's a nice looking UI. Everything just seems like really mini to me. Oh, okay. I guess this is like nice for like application UI, I feel like. Where you have like 50 different things on one page. Yeah, I know it's one of the most popular ones. Do the updated documentation. Oh, I guess. Okay. Nice. This is big money right here. Yeah, this is something I'm going to need. Thank you for this. Did you add this just for me, Chris? Yes, I haven't actually used a modal yet, so I guess I haven't ran into any of that. Okay, awesome. Yeah, no, I always forget about that, and I actually ran into the issue like a few different times. I just get kind of brainwashed by SvelteKit, and I forget that, you know, there are certain things that can only be done in the browser and can't be server-side rendered. So if you try to server-side render those, they're going to have some issues. Hey, nice. I even got 6'9", 669. What are the chances of that? I'm excited. You said it's being released tomorrow, right? This page has to be improved. Then release every other Tuesday since we went open source in August. So was it closed source? Were you just hoarding it to your own for your own personal projects, or were you still just kind of building it up? Or were you selling it slash, or was that a proprietary to a company? Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, it's very cool. It's very different. It's a different library. It's like not, it's not typical, I guess. It has like more of a modern style to it. Less corporate-y and, you know, a bit cooler. So I actually don't have email on the resume, so this really shouldn't be there like that. Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's cool. Again, it's just a different, has a different feel for it. It's different. I'll find my first reaction when I'll find my, the timestamp of the stream where someone first sent it to me, and I'll send it to you. You'll be pleasantly surprised. Oh, whoops. Except you're going to see how much of a creep I am, because I literally went to your, I found the top, who the top contributor was of this, and I wanted to make sure that you had that you were actually a designer. Yep, 100%. And we need more too. Where is this gap coming from? It's coming from, because this is outside of this. Wait. Oh, okay, I see why. I guess I can just make this part of the same form. Yeah, I guess I'll make this all part of the same form. I don't really need to, yeah. Update resume details. I'll knock this form out here. And this edit button will go away. Actually, it can stay there, but it's going to be a type of button. And I'm making a mess over here right now. I think that, oh no. It's only 10 years building stuff for other people, and I was like, is anyone gonna want this, or is it just made to make money? Yeah, no, I totally feel like that sometimes too, with certain things. but corporate America is also its own. It's like, why not make it look good? You know, why not? If you're gonna do it, I get it. I do get from a business perspective. It's not the top priority, but I need to figure out what the hell I have going on here. Okay, so I have this form here. This is a flex box. I actually need to move the flex box to this. I actually can take this off of here, I believe. And what I'll do is I'll actually move this within the form. So this is a flex box. This is also a flex box. And then I have this, and then this button is also going to fall into this flex box here. So I don't need this. And where does my form end? My form actually needs to end like somewhere after this update button. This is not a form down here. Oh my God, I'm breaking my entire app. What am I doing right now? All right. Let me think about this for a second. So I want to have all this stuff. Oh God, that looks so ugly. This is a flex box. In here, we have another flex box, which is the two inputs. This actually be a flex. Okay, that's fine. No, this should actually not be a flex box. The form should be the flex box. No. Okay, so all these are spaced out now. And then I have the text area underneath of this. Okay. Flexbox needs to end actually. Actually, no, it doesn't. Actually, yes, it does. Needs to end right here. And then this this is actually where, so the button is here within this. I think I need to add that to this though. Okay, that's not what I want. What is happening here? Space between. Struggling hard right now. Hold on a second. What is... Okay, this is a flex. This is literally, I have this whole thing here. This is the only other flex space between. So this flex box here is where I want to wrap around this whole area here. And then I have another flex column, which is for these two things, right? So these things go in here. That's how we can stack those. We end that flex box here. And we have another div, which should fall under this div here. We have a button. We have space between. I can't do justify and that doesn't even exist. It's impossible. What am I doing wrong here? What is preventing me from moving over there? Is it? Okay, so that did what I wanted it to do. Wait. Why did I just do that? Yo. Oh. I hate myself. Wow. Forgive me for trying to use... That's actually what you put on the CSS selector though, right? Yep. Space between. Got them mixed up. Okay, cool. This is kind of what I want. I know it looks a bit awkward right now, but it actually looks really awkward, but I think this is what I want. Maybe I'm gonna put the edit button outside of this because it's like the heading, you know, of the resume. So I don't think it should take up the whole area because I kind of want to see, wait. Last name, my summary, and I can add my experiences. I don't know how to spell that word. Yeah, I know, right? That's so weird. They use part of the syntax, the correct syntax for, well, there. It's because there's align content and align items. That's probably why they did that. I will say this thing feels really smooth. The app feels very smooth at the moment. Boom. Magenta. Now I've applied for this job. I need to fix this button, of course, but as well as this page. Yeah, once you've, yeah, Tailwind is certainly committed. There's definitely some things that if they change now would be a mess. I can only imagine. Now I have 3 applicants here. View my application. I can see my resume, which I'm not actually displaying properly yet all the way. This will eventually show the proper information. I got to figure out a way to display this better. Yeah, it's not looking too bad so far though. And then obviously I need to make some of the jobs published. Date picker. Oh, I need to use a date picker component, huh? Forms. Ooh. How do I get that? Do I just need to add a type of date? Wait, I already have that, don't I? Oh yeah, I can imagine that's complicated. I can imagine. I unfortunately will not be volunteering for that one. And that's HTML, right? Sign on or done. People are going to be asking 2 years from now, hey, what's up with issue number 670? Why has it been stale for 3 years? I really need to like get a roadmap of what I'm going to do with this. I know I want to add team members. I'm just spending so much time on like the little details right now that aren't super, super important. Yeah, that's interesting. That'll certainly be interesting to manage. Yeah, see, I accidentally set the cards. I didn't accidentally, I purposely set the cards to transparent. And now we have this here. Maybe I should just make it lighter. Oh, whoa. That's just like too late though. That's, wait, why are my colors so drastically? I feel like it's a pretty drastic difference between 8 and 9. Maybe I just do like 90, but I can still see right through it. Card glass. Okay, cool. I'm excited for that. Oh, it's coming tomorrow. Awesome. Cool. I don't really know what I want to do. I'm probably done adding features for the day. Probably about to wrap it up. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I got to fix that back. What did I have this at? Like 50? Wait, what did I do? Just broke something. Is this how it looked before? I may already have card glass. Hey, well, thanks for telling me that. All right, Chris, take care. I probably will stream tomorrow. We will see, but I probably will. I probably already have card glass. Let me just see if I can apply that really quick. What is this? The resume page? Do I have to add it in addition to card? Wait. Do I already have card outside of this or what? Why does this not have a card component anymore? Is this it? Am I there? Did I do it? Or do I need to take card away? No, I definitely need cards still. I am running, I do have this. It's using my accent color. Okay, I see. So that is working. Right? It's not overriding those styles though. Do I still need card and card glass, I'm assuming? Also, Coca, I found a bug. I can't see what's in card body. Unless it's just a made up class that that just doesn't exist and I put it here for some reason. So is this glass? Is this already applied? I can't really tell. Probably because my background's so dark. Okay, so this is the default card here. I'm using green as my secondary color. I guess this is it, right? If I take glass away, what changes? Oh, okay, I see. Basically, I have a busted theme. Honestly, I probably should just put my colors into this. I think I'm using... What colors am I using? I think it's just a tailwind color. I think it's like blue, maybe? No, it's like maybe it's sky. Looks a little bit skyish. My accent is certainly green, I believe. My tertiary is pink. I think it's actually... I think it's this. No, it's definitely something between... Is there a magenta in here? I think it's fuchsia. My warning is red. My surface is cool gray / I think it's slate. Yeah, it's me. I just need to copy this theme over, honestly, is what I need to do. Try to be too fancy with it and copy my own colors over there, and probably just doesn't work very well with the stuff you all have pre-set up. Okay, yeah, good call. Good call on that one. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to head off. Appreciate everybody hanging out today. Looking forward to the upcoming days. Looking forward to the release tomorrow of Skeleton UI's new version. So if you're watching and you haven't used it, tomorrow is the chance to start fresh using their CLI tool. Yeah, thank you, everyone. I'll catch you next time.